So hello there. Today we are going to see a problem by the name binary numbers on Hackerrank. So let's go through what is the question asked here. So the question is fairly easy. You are given a base 10 integer, a n, that is a whole number. You need to convert it to binary base 2. Then find and print the base 10 integer denoting the maximum number of consecutive ones in n's binary representation. So what they are asking you to do here is, they are giving a integer n. You need to convert that into binary, that is base 2, and then you need to find the number of consecutive ones and the maximum number of those. As you can see the explanation for case 1, the input one was 5. So the binary representation of 5 is 101. So the consecutive number of ones is 1 here. You can see 1 and then 1. For 13, the binary representation is 1101. So the maximum number of consecutive ones is 2, as we can see in the beginning. So the task is fairly easy. So you are given, we will take an example of 13. So the binary representation was 1101. So this is the first step, converting integer to binary, and then you need to find the number of consecutive ones. If you split this binary number, you will get something like 1 1 and 1. So there are 2 consecutive ones and only single one, so the answer will be 2, that is 1 1. So take something like 561 here. Okay, the binary representation of 551 is as shown here. You just count the number of consecutive ones. There is a single one, then as you can see here there are 2 ones together, and at last 1. So the maximum here also is 2. Okay, so let's start. So let's accomplish our first task to convert the integer into binary. Now to do this, you have many ways. The most optimal way would be to use your normal algorithm for conversion to integer to decimal. You can find it easily on Geeks for Geeks. Here's the algorithm, you can go through it. But here we'll be using Python, and we'll be using some of Python's inbuilt functions for our task. So let me just give you an example. I'll take n as 13. So there's a inbuilt function in Python by the name bin. So I'll just show you that. It takes one argument, that is an integer, and as you can see, I'll just print the output for you, and the answer is the binary number. But take into consideration one thing, the answer is in the form OB1101. okay, so the answer is something like this. So this is an indication by Python that it is a binary string, that is what OB. Now we don't need this OB, okay, so we need to extract only this part. So for that you can just use Python list comprehension. So what you can do is, you can do binary, so 0, so we'll split the string. 0th index, first index is a waste, so we can delete this both, and from the second index to the last we need the string, so we can use binary 2 to last. And if we print this, as you can see, we will get the answer 1101. You can change the number and try here. I'll take 45, and as you can see, we are only getting the binary number. If we don't use this, then we'll get 0b followed by the number, 0b. so we'll use that itself. We'll do that here itself. Start from the second index till the whole. Okay, now the first step is accomplished. We have this whole string and this whole string here. So now we need to find the number of consecutive ones. So what we'll do is, there's a function in Python by the name split. It splits a string by a particular character. So here we'll use 0. Okay, so once we split, we'll get a list containing 1 1 1 and 1. Okay, and then what we can do is, we can just find the maximum of this list. Okay, and that will be 11. You don't need to worry about the maximum because we are as binary contains only 0 and 1, so obviously 1 1 1 will be greater than 1 1, so number of occurrences will be greater. So in the answer, as you can see here, you don't need to print the consecutive ones, but you just need to print the number of consecutive ones. So here it's 2, and for that you have an inbuilt function len in Python. So we'll do that. So what we'll do is we'll just split the binary string dot split. It takes one argument, and that is 0 in our case, and we'll execute this. As you can see, we are getting a list 1 1 1 and 1, which is similar to this. So notice one more thing, I'm using 0 in as a string because the binary number we're getting is a string and not an integer. So if you use only 0, you'll get an error here. Okay, so I'm using string 0. Okay, as you can see, now you need to find, I'll store it in an, I'll call it as an array, and I'll store it there. Okay, I'll print it for you, array. Yeah, so this is just for a demonstration purpose. Okay, as you can see, the binary string was 101101. You split according to 0, you get 1 1 1 and 1. Now you need to find the maximum of this array. So the function is max of that array. It's an inbuilt function in Python. So as you can see, the answer you get is 1 1. So remember, you don't want this answer, you just want the number of ones present. So what you can do is you can make something as answer. Okay, and just have a length of the answer. You can just print it out. Okay, and as you see, the answer is 2. If I give something like 13, so the answer is also 2. Fine. So let's see how we can code it in Python. So I'm using Python 3. So n is already given for us. So we just need to print. So we'll convert n into binary, so bin of n, and we need only the binary part and not the 0b part. So we'll take all the elements from second index to the last index, and once we do that, we'll split the binary string 0. Okay, and I'll name this as binary array, or I can say binary list, be precise, and then I just need to print the length of the maximum from this list. So we'll just try it out if it works. As we can see, for the custom test cases, it gave us the correct answer. For 5 we are getting 1, and for 2 also we are getting 2. So we'll just submit it for all the test cases and check it once. So yes, all the test cases have been passed. So as you're using Python, you can just write the whole solution into a single line. So there's no need to do the whole thing. For example, you can copy this here and you can remove the whole thing. Let us check. So this is actually the same code but written in a single line. So yes, we are getting the correct answer. So there are multiple other ways to solve this problem. You can just go through the discussions here to get a more interesting ways to solve this problem. So we use the most intuitive and the Python way. You can use many other ways. So this is the basic the idea we used, converting it into a binary, then splitting it according to zeros, and then counting the maximum element in that list. So this is not the best solution or nor the most efficient. There are better ways, but this solution is sufficient to solve all the test cases here. So that's it.